Welcome to the Unreasonables, where our topics and intros are random, just like this. I'm Local.
I'm Freethy.
I am civilized debater.
And I'm the Glorious Red Army.
And our first topic is the budget and taxes. So I was actually just sticking around to Free Thigh last night. We came up with a mock budget.
Free thigh?
Yeah, it's
Put-
Freethy,
You,
socialist.
That would only leave money for infrastructure, paying off debts, the defense and homeland security, interest on our debts.
And we pay a ridiculous amount to veterans in his plan. Which I'd like to hear more about. Please explain to me what you plan to do with the veterans.
I actually plan on abolishing the Veterans Affairs, pretty much, and creating it into a research and development organization that would help with emergency situations like prosthetics mostly, or emergency situations, but normal health care. We just give the veterans the amount of money that we'd subsidize veterans for health care, and exchange. So giving them health care choice instead of having the Veterans Affairs system.
So that's what we're spending with the $424 billion.
Plus, if they have any problems down the future from their service, like they need a hip replacement or they have chronic issues, I believe that we should pay for that if they got it during their service.
So what you're seeing on the screen is me and Local's proposed tax plan, which is
Budget, not tax plan.
Budget. Just paying off the debt, $1.4 trillion a year. Defense is $521 billion a year. Infrastructure, $350 billion a year. Veterans, $420 billion a year. And monitoring of state funds is $127 billion a year. And then interest.
Yeah, we'd also have $1 trillion in revenue, basically to spend as we wish or keep as we wish.
Or cut taxes.
Or cut taxes. And the monitoring of state funds is if a state asks for money for Medicare or Medicaid or whatever, and they request it for a certain area, I want to be able to monitor that funds and make sure that it goes to that area. And if it doesn't, I want to cut funding. So that's what the monitoring of state funds means.
So about the screen, sorry, just real quick, you don't have to look at it. Unless we tell you to, but it's pretty much just the Discord.
Yeah, because we're lazy fucks and don't want backgrounds.
Yeah.
Alright, so
But my proposed budget would be $0 and zero revenue because I would abolish the state.
Ugh. Every time you say speed of the video,
I would abolish the state.
speed of the video by 10% every time he says abolish the state.
Yeah, it would be 0 seconds because I say that so damn often.
So, what we did was eliminate every tax loophole and subsidy, which would bring in
which is $1.4 trillion.
$1.4 trillion in revenue. So that gave us a ton of extra money. And now we have about $1.2 trillion in leeway to cut taxes. But the issue
or to increase spending if necessary.
Yeah, but the issue is we can't go below the $1.4 trillion paying off the debt annually. It's not an issue. It's a good thing.
Yeah, which since there's about $20 trillion in debt, 1.4 trillion. Let me do some math because I forgot to do that real quick.
You can't do math.
Shut up, you Nazi.
You freaking national
That would eliminate our $20 trillion in debt in about 14.28 years, and that's if we don't put any of our $1.2 trillion in revenue going. That would not.
That's kind of quick.
That would not count our $1.2 trillion in revenue if we opted to spend some of that on debt payment, which is a lot of time. Which is not a lot of time considering most people don't even have a plan to eliminate our debt. So fuck you, civilized.
What?
We also agreed to give a 3-month warning before cutting all Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security.
And welfare.
Yeah, and welfare. So
As that is not a federal power or a federal right. That is a state's issue. The state should handle that as they will. And my belief is if we cut income taxes less on people, states. Why are we taxing the states to give them the money back? Just allow states to increase taxes if they want, or to leave it as they want. It's the laboratory of democracy, as La Follette liked to say in Wisconsin back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Let the states do as they wish. Which I don't like calling him progressive, but that's how it is.
GRA, you're pretty leftist. What's your opinions on all this?
I actually like the budget plan.
Wait, what the hell?
What?
What?
I don't know.
What?
I actually like your guys' budget.
What?
Wait, can you say it again, please? I don't think I'm hearing you correctly. You said that you like the budget plan?
Move your mic closer to the mouth.
I thought you were a
I actually like your
communist.
guys'. I actually like the budget.
Did GR just say that's a conservative budget? I mean, he's like a
Wait,
Democrat.
did GRA just approve of our budget, which cuts Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, and welfare entirely?
I would just
As
like to
long
say,
as you, except for as long as it goes to the states and the states do a good job with it, I'm fine with that.
just like no, GRA was a Bernie supporter.
Yeah, I was a Bernie supporter.
What?
Have we corrupted him? Have we corrupted you?
Yeah, I started off really far left, and I've been gradually moving towards the right.
Good.
One of
Bernie.
us. One
Bernie.
of us.
Slowly, I'll become a completely anarchist.
I'm gonna become
Yeah.
a perfect 10-10 as more I talk to local.
You guys have to uncorrupt me. You guys actually. I want you to actually show me the light and make me a libertarian.
Ron and Tim, you're totally both at liberty to talk. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Please do. I want some questions here. All right. So can we agree that democratic socialism is a threat to people's lives in America, i.e., the Virginia shooting and the Seattle stabbing attack?
Well, just Bernie Sanders supporters.
Well, he hasn't really incited the violence. He's normalized it and allowed it, but he has not incited it, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't think any candidate wants their supporters to be violent, but
Didn't Trump tell people to like go harass liberal rallies and shit? Didn't he say that he'd pay their? Didn't he say he'd pay their medical bills?
Yeah, he said if you were to attack a protester, he'd pay the
Did he say protesters or liberal rallies and protest?
He said if a liberal came into his protests and you knocked one of them out, he would pay for it.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't want to call Bernie Sanders a threat to national security. I said that his branch of liberalism has become a threat to people's
how about we
lives.
just call national security a threat to national. Wait, what? A threat to national security is a threat to national security.
Tim,
Well,
and Ron, please.
Well, then the state is a threat to national security because the state is what gets us into wars.
Abolish
Oh
the
my
state.
gosh.
Abolish the state.
State.
I mean, if there was no American government in 2003, would there be a war in Iraq?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, all of Alabama and all of Georgia might have gone down with their rifles, but there'd be no official war.
Yeah. I guess you're technically right, local. If there was no government, we would not have gone to war in Iraq.
Yes, and what has the war in Iraq caused? Oh yeah, terrorism.
Alright,
It's
that's
also,
it, guys.
you know how much we spent on Bush's 3 wars daily?
3 wars.
Yeah,
Three?
he started 3
Afghanistan,
wars. You know how much
Iraq.
we spent 10.
Afghanistan, Iraq, and what?
Pakistan, right?
We never went to war in Pakistan.
wait,
Are you
no,
fucking kidding me?
Iran.
No,
right?
we just did a couple drone
You're
strikes
retarded.
every now and then.
Retarded.
My bad. That was a
Fucking
stupid,
retard.
disabled statement. Anyway, we spent 10.1 billion.
That's an insult to disabled people right there.
Alright, stop.
If you're oppressing my gender, that's just.
We spent $10.1 billion a day on his wars.
How much is that total? Do you know?
That's not a lot.
It was a ton, and our debt increased ridiculous amounts. And when Obama came into office, there was nothing he could do.
Well, he could have stopped our expensive ass and illegal drone program.
Drone?
Yep.
Drone?
I would say drone. Sorry, my mind is still on the drug war.
Oh.
Well, he didn't make very much of an effort to balance the budget.
No Democrat ever has made that much of an effort to balance the
Well,
budget, other than Clinton's era.
I was about to say, Kennedy, when he came into office, before him was Eisenhower, and he had a very balanced budget. Everything was fine. But Kennedy said that America cannot afford the space program, therefore we'll put it on the backs of future Americans. So we started deficit spending. We started deficit spending all
We
the
started
way.
deficit spending before Kennedy. We started it in like at World War
We
One.
started deficit spending all the way up until, guess who? Clinton. Because H.W. Bush set him up perfectly, and thank God for Monica Lewinsky, because Monica Lewinsky kept him distracted. He didn't touch the budget.
He touched some other things though. He touched some other things though.
That is true, but he kept a balanced budget.
True. No. Also, most of this is done by an economic researcher, but most of Clinton's revenue was actually from H.W. Bush's policies. Did you know that?
Yeah,
Whoa.
I know. H.W. Bush set him up perfectly. He was practically the reason Clinton had a balanced budget.
Yeah. So it's been a long time since Democrat has actively. Well, Clinton went for a balanced budget. Other than Clinton, it's been a long time since Democrat or Republican has tried for a balanced budget.
Who likes
Trump
balanced
missed it by
budgets?
$1.2 trillion.
Yeah, that's a lot.
1 point true.
Yeah.
1.2. That's actually insane.
So I'd love to lower taxes, but I'd love to pay off the debt before we lower taxes.
Yeah, I'm on board with waiting to pay off the debt because I think that deficit spending is actually illegal, in my opinion, or it should be illegal, unless except for in times of war or in times of extreme disaster. Like, if we have extreme disasters all across the country, I can see spending more than our deficit or spending into our deficit. But other than that, I think it should actually be illegal for Congress to do so.
I think we should abolish the state because if we abolish the state,
Yeah, if we abolish the state, there's no deficit spending ever. But
there will be no problem.
Speeding up the video every time he says abolish the state.
There will be no problem if we abolish the state.
there won't. There won't be a deficit if there is no budget. Hashtag abolish the state.
Hashtag abolish.
Abolish the state.
Let's get that trending on Twitter. Honestly,
You'd be attacked by all the Bernie Sanders and Dems.
I'd be attacked by literally everyone.
Yeah, but mainly the left.
There's actually a strong libertarian presence on Twitter, an anarchist presence on Twitter. You'd be surprised. No, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of anarchists on Twitter, like anarcho-capitalist.
Anarcho-communists.
Are those people?
No.
Yeah, they are.
They're not.
They're not people.
Claims to be one.
Do you remember? Have you ever heard of that Polish mercenary? I forget his name. He was asked how it felt to kill people. He's like, I've never killed a person. I've only killed a communist.
You mean Rafał Ganowicz?
Thank you.
The Polish
Who did he
man.
say that to?
Communist.
I don't know.
Look at Ron. Y'all's plan is too much spending.
Okay, this is the worst ideology.
Islamic
anarcho-fascist.
Is that Obama?
Is that Obama? Yeah.
Okay, I'm joking.
Anarcho-fascist. Anarchy and fascism.
Well, actually, there is a way to do that. Fascism is just a set of moral guidelines legislated. But if you were to abolish the state, I guess you could put that into strict moral guidelines for people, and that could be enforced through gang violence, which would be anarchism.
I found an even worse ideology.
But how about for social policy, we just legislate the NAP and be like, if you harm no one else, it's legal.
Revolutionary.
How about we just do that, right?
Alright, everything is
I'll be right back.
Not harming someone.
Yeah, unless you harm someone. If there's no victim, no crime.
So, drug use is illegal now?
No, drug use is legal. All drug use, unless you hurt someone, other than yourself. Other than yourself.
You would be hurting someone because I don't think your family wants you to use drugs.
Physical violence, but that's a consensual relationship between dealers and sellers. That's a consensual relationship between dealers and buyers, and the state has no reason to engage to regulate a contract between two consenting adults as long as there's no monopoly involved. Two consenting adults.
Alright, let's get off drugs.
You're not gonna win this argument, dude.
Let's get off drugs.
Let's get off drugs.
Yeah. What do you think about taxes?
Is raising taxes and lowering spending a valid argument.
That's austerity.
Is that a valid form of government?
No. That's
a question.
I believe it is when you have a $22 trillion debt.
What about use of laws?
Otherwise, unless we have the debt like we do now, it's basically a form of oppression.
Oh yeah, but if $22 trillion in debt, is it valid to do so?
Yes.
Although at this point, with the budget that me and Local have created, we have the ability to lower taxes along with spending.
Wait. What if we just abolish the state?
But
Then there
you
is no taxes.
You don't have to worry about taxes or the budget if there is no state.
Amen.
Who would create the roads?
So did the state be like God and say let there be roads when there was roads? No.
Okay.
People built roads themselves.
Hmm.
Did the government part the Red Sea, and then in between the Red Sea there is roads? No.
Yes.
Yes. Don't you understand history?
Conley be like, yes, the government is always right.
Yes.
The government is only right if it is right.
What? Oh. But if the government is right, there is.
No, the government's always right. That's why we should have big government.
The government is only right if there is no government.
Well, that's not what.
The government can only be right if there
The
is no
government
government.
is only right if only bureaucrat is Adam Sandler.
Hey, GRA, I'd like to hear.
Hey, stop trashing Adam Sandler. He's my favorite actor.
GRA,
In modern times.
I'd like to hear.
GRA.
I'd like to hear what more you have to say about budget and taxes.
I think he's still kind of astounded that he liked it.
Well, I think
He's actually speechless.
I'm actually kind of astounded. I'm speechless too.
No, I think he's speechless. I think he surprised himself.
Local. Okay, I'm not. This isn't an offensive question, but so in an ANCAP society, how would you stop tribalism?
What type of tribalism do you want? What type of tribalism? Like gangs?
Yeah, sure, groups.
Well, groups could, if the groups don't violate the NAP, they're fine. But if they violate the NAP and extort people, well, the populace are well armed in the anarcho-capitalist society because they should be. And, well, there might be some lynchings going on, but that's okay sometimes.
The whole market is a black market.
There is no black
Answer my
market. There is no
question.
legalized things.
GRA!
GRA?
Is GRA away?
GRA.
GRA, please.
Come back. I told you I was gonna leave for a little bit in the chat.
Oh, you did.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Okay, well, answer this question. What are your whole opinions on budget and taxes?
Well, if we abolish the state.
No, I'm asking.
Hashtag abolish the state. Get that 20 on Twitter, dudes.
Well, budget, we should obviously be trying to pay off the debt, and yeah, I actually like you guys' budget plan.
You won't
I'd
have
sign
it
that.
if there is no government.
Yeah, abolish the state. Just abolish the state and no taxes, no debt, everything will be fine.
So,
no government.
GRA, I have a question.
No laws.
What's up?
Land of abolish the state.
So,
is the new amendment.
should our social rights and economic rights just be based off the non-aggression principle? Which basically means
again with the non-aggression principle.
basically it means if you harm no one other than yourself in a non-consensual way, you're golden. So I would say that drug dealing is allowed because it's consensual, but like extortion is not.
Golden.
That's a very quick way to answer what the NAP is. Basically, it just means don't fuck with anyone else.
Sick, man.
I guess I'd be fine with that.
So everyone can have machine guns, right?
He just admitted to.
Yeah, just don't shoot anybody up. You can have a machine gun.
And drugs being legal.
Yep. So nukes are legal, right?
Just
All
don't shoot
drugs.
anybody up, and you can have a machine gun.
Are
It'll
you
be
a
okay.
libertarian now?
Guys, GRA is definitely not a democratic socialist anymore.
Yeah, I think we got him.
Is a
You guys have corrupted me too much. Help.
Corrupted.
GRA, let me ask you this.
He's out of the echo chamber.
Listen, Public option or no?
Sure.
No.
No. It's a government-run
You missed the
monopoly.
point.
That's a government-run monopoly. It's an initiation of force against private companies. You ever heard of the
No,
hammer?
it's an option. Single payer is authoritarian.
When the government has a hammer, all it needs is a sickle. Do you see where I'm going with this?
No,
Have you ever-
single payer is authoritarian.
Public option is authoritarian against companies. It has to be those who actually cannot pay for their healthcare underneath companies. Like, they can prove that. In their area, they cannot pay for it.
So so you're just saying you would be fine with the public option as long as it's
As
only
long as
for
they don't know.
those
Okay,
who
here's the
can't
thing.
pay.
I would be fine with a public option if people could say that they did not spend 90% of their budget on stupid shit and, like, actually cannot afford healthcare in their area.
Alright, I'd be fine with that.
Because I do think that if they cannot physically pay for it, there should be an option for them to pay for it underneath the government.
So on the taxes, Onyx had a very interesting tax plan that I thought was interesting. However, the taxes were way too high.
I didn't see it. Can you just briefly summarize it?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So basically, you get taxed a certain amount if you make a certain amount, and then every dollar you
That's
make,
not equal protection from the law.
just oh my gosh, just give me a second, local.
Just let him finish.
Okay, it's not equal protection from the law. So anyway, every dollar.
I like to believe in two things.
Every dollar you make after that, you get taxed a certain amount. So his tax plan was, if you make $1 million, you get taxed $370,000. Every dollar you make after $1 million, you get taxed 53%. So every dollar after the $1 million, the government takes 53%.
33%.
I agree with Ron. No federal public option. Real quick, I just want to qualify my argument.
So what do you think about that style of taxes? So you get taxed a certain amount when you make a certain amount. Every dollar after that, you get taxed.
No, that's two taxes. First of all, that's an insane amount of taxes.
Well, first of all, local doesn't even want taxes, so how are you going to try to win an
Be quiet
argument?
and actually talk about the plan.
I will actually argue against that plan. First of all, you cannot tax someone twice. Taxation is a punishment. I don't believe in double jeopardy. I believe in double jeopardy. Double jeopardy is related to punishments from the court, but I do believe it applies here. Don't tax a person twice. That's punishment. Also, 53% is socialism. I'm sorry. Plus, it's more than 53%.
No. I'm not saying 53% is a good tax. I'm only asking about the style of the tax.
Wait, 53? Did you?
If you were
did
to
you
lower
say,
it, maybe.
Did he say he wanted 53%?
Yes, on
You-
people who make $1 million.
You're
Yeah.
crazy.
You stupid.
In my tax, I kind of had the same style of taxes up until $1 million. After $1 million, every dollar is taxed at 30%. It's 23% less.
How about you just don't punish people twice for living under an oppressive government?
Ooh.
Taxation is not voluntary. Taxation
Uh-oh.
is coercion. I don't know why we gave the government the power to coerce people.
Ooh.
When did we ever give the government the power to punish people for making an income? Income is not a right. It's a necessity. Do we tax water? Do we tax clothing, like, other than sales tax? No.
Wow.
So the issue is the government kind of needs money to do this thing called operate.
But if you abolish the state,
Exactly what I was gonna say.
If you abolish the state, there's no need to pay taxes.
So you're
seriously.
saying you're not okay with this tax plan because it taxes people twice.
I don't even agree with a 37% tax. First of all, it's like, I believe in two things: equal protection under the law and equal protection from the law. That's not equal protection from the
Do
law.
you have any
Equal
idea
protection
how
from the
much
law.
revenue a flat tax of 10% would bring in?
Sure, hit me with your
lot.
best shot.
No,
Not a
I'm
lot.
asking you. Do you know?
No, I don't. Off the top of my head. Why would I need to know that if I don't believe in taxes?
I would. You should know that because if you want to lower taxes with your new budget, that would be your goal, wouldn't it?
I would actually agree for a flat tax. I don't care how high it is, because I think our budget is the correct amount of spending. I think we should cut some, but I don't think we'll ever get that passed. I do. I would say a flat tax, however, is necessary to get those levels of funding.
Let's do a 90%.
But I would no, I would
That's-
increase the sales tax, right? Correct. I'd
We don't
increase
have
the
a federal
profit.
sales tax, do we?
We should. No, actually, no, we did pass that.
We didn't.
No, we passed that a long time ago.
Does anybody even know that we're in the mock government?
Oh shit, we should have introduced that.
So you have your glorious president,
The glorious
glorious
president.
Red Army.
Gra.
You have your president pro tempore of the Senate, civilized Dabiter. You have a senator.
Nazi.
The best president that we've ever had.
Yes, running for president, El Presidente, local libertarian.
Yeah, I
You
was
have-
president.
You have
I was from
me-
Washington.
You have me, that one guy who always
faggot.
votes for himself for Speaker of the House.
The faggot.
Preeti, and I'm a rep. I'm a rep.
I'm a rep. In my economic policy,
I pulled this out of Afghanistan.
I
You should pull us
basically
out of
just
middle-
You pull us out of a lot of people.
pull us out of everything.
No, we need to stay in
Well,
Iraq
it's
to
just
fight
they-
ISIS.
Abolish the state.
We created ISIS. Why would we do the same thing that created ISIS?
Yeah.
No, because you see, we have to beat ISIS now because we're
They
already in
create
there.
ISIS.
Every time we invade the
OG.
Middle East, we create another reason to invade the Middle East. I'm sorry I can't talk right now.
Let's just be very clear that Islam is at a critical point in its religion where it needs a reformation.
Yes,
Yeah.
but did Judaism go to Christianity during the 100 Years' War and say you need to reform? No.
Well, think about this, guys.
We should
If-
stay and fight ISIS.
If we abolished the state, ISIS would have never existed.
Yeah, if there was no state, ISIS never have existed. You're right.
Everything you say can be argued with me just saying abolish the state.
Yeah, that's basically why I believe in this mini-archist government. I don't agree that we should abolish the state, but I agree with the reasoning.
I think the only thing the government should enforce is law and order.
Yeah.
I don't know how my opinions magically change so fast like that. Because
Well, how about this?
I corrupt people.
I think the government should also enforce defense. It should defend its own citizens.
I would call that order.
That's order. And a private
What's your
businesses-
guys' ideal army?
So
Army size.
Guys, look at
army size?
My ideal army size would be
How big should our military be if we abolish the
Whatever
state?
whatever.
I don't
the
agree in
market
abolishing the
decides.
state.
No, just like when minimizing the state, like you guys want
Well,
to. What
we
would
don't
be?
conscript people, do we?
No, I just want to know what like your ideal size of the military would be.
Whoever wants to join can.
Yeah.
voluntary.
I think we should set limits if we're in peace, which we will be most of the time, but allow more funding in times of war and times of crisis.
Listen, Ron just made a suggestion in general, which is, what do you think about a national sales tax at 10%?
I think it's kind of high.
The issue with that
How-
is that adds on the state sales taxes.
Yeah, that would drive down consumerism.
Therefore, in California alone, the sales tax would be 17.5%.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, fuck California.
Yeah.
I actually hope they go through with Calax. I would just be like, yeah, go through with it, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please
Let's do
do.
Please, Republicans will win every year. It'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I think we should do something. We should let them secede, invade them like the Civil War, do Reconstruction, but never let them be a state again.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
all we have to do
Just
is
integrate them into
follow the
Arizona.
rules.
No, don't integrate them anywhere. Just don't let them be a state ever again.
Sure. Let's
Just the U.S. territory.
give the territory to other states.
What do you think about Puerto Rico?
It should become a state.
If they weren't bankrupt, I'd let them be a state. If they weren't in debt, let them be a state. But they have just too high of a debt.
What's their
Yeah.
debt?
Well, they're bankrupt right now.
So what's their debt?
I don't know. It's just way too high for their GDP. They keep defaulting on debt. It's insanely bad.
All right,
Well,
so
they
I
can't
think
declare
we can all
bankruptcy
agree.
until they become a state.
They have declared bankruptcy unofficially, just because they are at bankrupt levels.
Well, until they declare bankruptcy, they can't do anything. Like no one can help them.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't be helped. They're a sovereign nation. Bailing out a nation is bad. It's called the free market of the world, dude.
Free market of the world.
They should be, though. Just let them be independent.
I don't know about that. I don't think they'd survive on their own.
Maybe.
So should we protect every nation that won't survive on their own?
Yes.
What?
That's what we do right now, basically, and it's stupid. Let the free market.
What if they
We need to expand that. Let's take out Venezuela.
By Cuba and go communist?
Wait, so are we nationalist liberal?
Then we invade Cuba and Puerto Rico.
Oh no.
Fine with allying Cuba, but Puerto Rico, but we should defend them with everything.
Anybody, what do you guys think about Trump renegotiating Cuban?
I like the levels where we're at right now, actually. There's no reason to have an embargo. It doesn't work. Embargo just strengthens the Castros.
Castro's dead, so it's okay.
Never Castro.
His brother took over.
Yeah, but his brother isn't Fidel, so it's okay.
Well, there's still commies.
But it's not Fidel, so it's okay.
Oh my gosh.
False.
So.
Just let Puerto Rico be independent. We shouldn't. If someone wants to declare independence, let them.
He died on Black Friday.
Yeah, he did die on Black Friday. It's hilarious.
Oh god, how you play trick.
Oh, the fakes.
Dies on Black Friday.
Did the free market just kill Fidel Castro?
Yep.
Yes, it's all capitalism's fault.
Oh, well,
you know, without
guy or whatever, he believes that. He said that he made a post saying that 20 million people have been killed by communism or by capitalism.
Oh my gosh! Just because it didn't avoid those deaths doesn't mean it caused them.
And then I said, so what about the 160 million people Mao and Stalin killed? And he's like,
I think it's gonna cost 20 million annually.
No, it was capitalism's fault.
it was not real communism.
Look at how many people Mao killed.
Mao.
Yeah, Mao killed a ton.
People hate Joseph Stalin. No one recognizes Mao is the worst.
Dude, I freaking hate my Chinese teacher. She loves Mao. I'm like, are you absolutely retarded?
Why is every teacher a communist?
Yeah, my social studies teacher was a huge socialist, feminist.
Well, she was born in China.
Mine was born in Israel.
Israel.
An Israeli socialist? What the hell?
Well, Israelis are commies.
Are they really?
Jewish people are communists.
Movie, the main character is from Israel. It's totally.
Oh, the Jews are taking over, boys.
Oh my god,
stop
fucking
them.
Nazi.
Hey,
Okay.
prophecies.
Can we talk about the rise of political fascism in America? Not like actual fascism and policy, but fascism and violence.
That is fascism, basically.
Didn't Huey Long say fascism will come to America dressed under the guise of anti-fascism?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was a communist.
Yeah.
Well.
He actually argued for a 100% income tax on the rich. I'm pretty sure he's a communist.
100%.
But then there wouldn't be any more rich people to tax.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was a Louisiana senator at one point. He was actually in the government.
100%.
You'd run out of rich people to tax. See, the poor people would become the rich people.
Wait, they wouldn't make any income, so how could you tax their income?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Communism is retardation. I'm pretty sure it's 100%. Someone fact check me, please.
Tax on the rich would kill everyone. Everyone would
Can someone
die.
fact check me, please, real quick?
All the workers would die. No one would be employed. There
Hey,
would
can
be no
hey,
business.
Hey, Ron, can you be our premier fact checker?
Premier fact checker. 100%. How do you do that?
Okay, yeah, we've got some people in the chat who don't like talk or anything because they don't have a mic or because they don't want to. So Ron is our fact checker from now on if he's online. So thank you, Ron.
Ron, all Jews must die. Kidding.
Shut up, you Nazi.
He just said yeah, so he's a Nazi now, even though he's like a free market libertarian.
Free market, libertarian, and Nazi. That's
No.
what I am.
You know who should all die? Frenchmen.
Oh
And
my
Islam.
God, yes.
All Muslims.
Dude,
Not all Frenchmen.
Yesterday, me and GRA were joking around about that. Like, we were gonna kill every Frenchie, and then Josh was getting so mad. He was like, "Oh, we haven't impeached 2 people at once before. We're gonna impeach you both."
Dutch is our Supreme Court
Yeah.
justice, or one of ours.
One of ours.
He's a strict constitutionalist and can be a pain in the ass sometimes, but he's good.
Just in case anybody doesn't know, I actually do hate French people and French culture.
Oh, I don't hate every French person. I say every French person.
Well, I hate.
Except for Napoleon. Napoleon is my hero.
Napoleon is Italian, so it doesn't matter. Hey,
He was
Ron, keep track.
Corsican. He was Corsican too, not actually French.
Yeah, Corsican's Italian.
But at the time,
Corsica.
Corsica had just been acquired by France.
Therefore, he's not actually French.
But yeah, he's culturally Italian.
He was born in French territory.
Hey, Ron, can you please fact check me on pretty long 100%?
Oh, wait,
French,
guys,
French
I have to
territory,
vote.
not French.
I'm voting for a Supreme Court justice now.
Oh, is voting up?
I think so. Definitely.
Alright, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm voting too. Hey, don't
Alright,
vote
well-
for Prius, whatever his name is with Prius. He's
Pius Petrus.
yeah, Pius Petrus. He is like
Petrus.
he said he's against free speech, and he credited Salon as a valid source.
Is that
What?
Salon? Salon?
Yes,
The one that's even worse than BuzzFeed?
official judge's voting room. Who should we vote
Alright.
for?
Well, I want to. Who are these other people? They need to campaign for me to know who they are.
I'm gonna vote for
Guys.
Dush because he always votes for me.
Hey guys, so I did some quick fact checking because Ron is being lazy, and so he wanted to cap the fortunes of the wealthy at $60 to $80 million in today's money. So anything more than that would be taken away completely.
How do you think like that?
So Antifa is
Alright,
an
so-
inherently violent organization.
So, this one person named Ayla posted on WGP. If someone works at a full-time job that pays minimum wage, is it okay that they be paid
Oh,
below the poverty line?
Hey,
So I-
WTP is We the People. It's an app. It's basically a political chat room. So it's a
Yeah.
great app. I love it. I'm not,
This is Discord.
I
and we're
hate
involved in a
everyone
mock
on it,
government
but
that
I love
stemmed
it.
from We the People.
yeah, it comes from me and one other guy is
No,
being
it stemmed
crazy
from
as hell.
Dush. It wasn't. Did it come from you?
No, it
it
came, no,
stems from Alternate History
It
Hub.
was.
no. The original idea for the mock government was me and Detrion Bailey, and we just got really crazy one time and we're like, hey guys, we should just run like one
I thought it was.
liberal
I thought
and
it
one
was,
conservative
thought it was
for
Dush and
actual
Nagi.
president. No. This was
No.
no. They actually wanted to bring it back. They're the ones who brought it back, actually. But this is
No.
going way before
I
that.
don't know where Wanagi even went.
He resigned, I
did
think, for
Wanagi
personal
go?
reasons.
Yeah,
I don't
he
know,
left. He
but,
never came back.
I think he said he was too busy and he just resigned.
I mean, I don't really know, but all I know is that right now the mob is pretty populated, and
What is?
the mob government.
Oh, yeah, too many communists, though. We need some, like,
Yeah.
libertarians in here.
There
Yeah.
are
We
some,
actually do have too many communists. We have like
but
3 or 4.
okay. So anyway, what I said is, well, it depends. Try.
One commie is too many.
Is the job he's doing important? Ask these questions before you ask that one. Then the communist, Usalachi, absolutely not. No one should be forced to dedicate so much of their time to benefiting a company and its consumers only to barely be able to survive. So you're saying that people don't have to work hard to live?
Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
So people don't have to work to live? Is that what you're saying?
Do you guys want to know something weird?
What?
Sure.
I used to be a socialist.
Excuse me?
Really?
I'm out of here.
Like, full-blown socialism. Full-blown socialism.
Are you lying or are you joking?
I'm not lying.
What?
When?
I used to be a
I used
communist.
to watch the Young
scared.
Turks,
I'm scared.
too.
I'm
my
scared.
The Young
gosh,
Turks.
The Young Turks, they make me so mad every time they
I
talk.
hate the Young
Same.
Turks.
They're
then-
two social justices.
Kami
And then-
likes the Young Turks.
Yeah, Conley
And that-
loved the love. The Young
No,
Turks.
dude, I used to watch it in, like, middle school, and I was like, oh, wait, I actually have a fully functioning brain. Let me rethink that.
I watched it in like 5th grade, and I was like, "Ew, they have good points." And then I listened to literally anyone else.
Then you became smarter. Then
Yes.
you became older.
Okay, so my political story is I was raised authoritarian, right? Pretty much. Authoritarian to me, at least, now. Very authoritarian. Then I became a hard socialist just to screw with my parents, basically. Like, I even, supported Obama back then.
Oh my
2008.
god.
Oh, that's a risky move.
Stop.
Yeah, 2008, I supported Obama.
Here,
I
I'm
was
gonna
5
be
years old
on
then.
for just a second.
No, you should listen to this.
I'm
Killing me.
getting a call.
Then I became like a left libertarian. I still believe in like leftist economics. But I was like, oh,
How
we
do
should
you?
have freedoms.
Hey, hold on. How do you be a left libertarian?
Okay, I believed in social freedom, not economic freedom. And then I became a conservatarian, like a moderate libertarian, basically. I'd say like where free thigh is right now, just a bit more libertarian.
Mhm.
Then I was like, wait, so why not just extend freedom to its natural endpoint and abolish the state?
Speeds up the video. Yep. I was raised
Okay,
as
next time we have this, we should just get we should just get a counter. We count
We should
every
just
time
get a count?
ironically say abolish the state.
I'm back. What did I miss?
I just went through my political story,
Oh, okay.
and I said abolish the state again.
What?
Yep.
Abolish the state. Abolish the
I
state.
said-
Abolish the
Abolish the
state.
state.
Abolish the state.
I said next
Abolish the
time
state, abolish
we
the
have
state,
this
abolish the
podcast, we should count the amount of times I unironically say, or not too ironically say, abolish the state.
Well, if we abolish the state,
Like,
there
Free
will
Thigh should
be
like
no-
put that on his phone somehow, and it would just be like a corner on like the screen, and that'd just be funny as hell.
Oh, wait,
You-
what?
We should just be like, Free Thigh, you should figure out a way to get like a counter or something. So next time I say abolish the state, like you could like have that
Oh,
like
yeah.
on your screen on your video.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, guys.
The amount of
here
times I
we
call
go,
civilized Nazi.
All right.
I used to be a commie.
But yeah, or the amount of
I-
times I say I call civilized Nazi. That'd be a good counter too, or both.
Yeah, both. So anyway, forgot. No, I remember. Okay.
Can we go back
So-
to Antifa, please? Like that was like our whole topic to begin with, and then we just get so
Alright.
off course.
No, our whole topic was budget and taxes.
No, it's not.
There's
Just-
a
Go back
secondary
to
topic
Antifa.
though.
Antifa.
And
If we label it a
Antifa
terrorist
are
organization, like we should just ban Antifa in America. It's a terrorist organization at this
we
point.
tried to pass making it a terrorist organization. Dush got all pissy.
Yeah, well,
But it-
Dust can be a pain in the ass. He's too constitutional sometimes.
freedom.
If
Comes
he
at the
hears you
risk
say
of-
that, he's gonna be so mad. He's gonna be like, "What are you talking about? Constitution."
getting-
I think everyone's a pain in the ass sometimes. So
Local,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're about to get impeached, my brother.
the amount of times Dust has threatened to impeach me, he tried to impeach me for being a normie. So very wrong. Same with you, Freething.
I mean, I could see that being a.
I am a normie, but that's because I have a social life.
What if we just
You're
impeached Dush
normie?
for being difficult? He'll get so mad.
Oh,
What'd you say?
if we tried
just a
to
giant-
impeach, Stush, you know how mad he would get.
He would be. So
He'd probably sign again.
He'd get really mad and then resign for the 5th time.
Resign
fifth
because
time.
we're
It
trying
would
to
be his fifth
impeach
time.
him.
Too bad he's actually a good judge. I mean, like I wouldn't be so like trying to bring him back every time he signs if he wasn't so damn good.
Kill is
I
pretty
mean,
good
I
too.
just. Eh,
Yeah.
I mean, Kill is kind of normie. Kill's too.
Okay,
Kill's too
but
serious
is there
for me.
any reason we shouldn't call Antifa a terrorist organization
No.
or Black Bloc in general?
No.
When have
Any-
they ever committed a suicide bombing?
Any group.
Well, they use frag grenades at their
Hey.
riots.
Close enough. They're a terror organization.
Trying to say something. All right.
Shut your
Any-
face.
Any group or entity that uses violence to voice its opinions,
Other than in self-defense.
other than in self-defense, yes, can be called a terrorist organization or group.
Well, what about the Ted Bundy group? I mean, they use guns and they don't really resort to violence, but they will resort to violence.
I mean,
But
yeah,
they're protecting their property rights, though. I mean, I guess you could call that self-defense.
yeah, that is self-defense.
No, so yeah, I remember in Berkeley one time, one woman brought frag grenades, and a Marine realized what they were and restrained her and took them away. Guess what he got called?
Sexist.
Misogynist, fascist, sexist, whatever you want to say. That's all.
You can't arrest women, you sexist.
Okay, that's not the
Women
funniest
are
thing.
above men.
That's not the
Stupid.
funniest thing ever. It's like how conservatives are about biology. They put the men on the front lines and the women in the back. Well, Antifa put their women on the front lines and their men in the back.
Well, what I'm saying about women in the draft is, if you're a parent, who are you gonna want to send up to war? Your
The draft
son
is
or your
illegal.
daughter?
The draft is illegal, in my opinion.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just asking. Who would you
But
want to send up
currently
to
it's
war?
legal.
Your son or your daughter?
So I
Both.
would volunteer.
Son.
Exactly.
If they meet the physical standards, they should be They should be drafted. If
No
there is a
women in
draft,
combat positions is.
they should sign up. They should sign up for that. What's it called? The
But
selective service. If they meet the physical,
they treat women easier. In the
That's
army.
Yeah,
called life, dude.
they make the standards for women way lower than they are for the men.
We need to get Sky in here one time, and we need to talk about women in the military.
Dude,
So,
Sky
have
is
you guys heard of desert jellies?
What are those?
Okay, so when you're in the military and you're in the showers,
Yeah.
if you jack it,
Why is that? Oh, okay. I see why it's called desert jelly. Have you ever heard of a
so then all the jack will come up and look like jelly.
Yeah, have you ever heard of a flaming Hitler? And I don't mean simple house on fire.
Hey, you're kind of precious.
It's actually when you get a bunch of matches laid out, and you're like on a table and something, and you light your match, and you just fling it off the matchbook, and so it just like flies.
So
Ron is right. If we have a draft again, we should draft them for support roles too.
support
Yeah,
holes.
just only
Is that
support
what I
roles,
think
not
it
combat
means?
roles.
Support holes? Is that what I think it means?
Support roles. unless they
what
meet the physical standards set for men.
Okay.
correct.
I
Yeah,
think
because if they make it to the combat roles without meeting the same physical standards, then they're a liability.
yeah, but if they meet those standards, they should be allowed in.
Whoa, Ron. No woman in combat positions. You must be a sexist to not want to put
BLM
woman
literally supports segregation.
Oh yeah, they asked for segregated safe spaces.
safe spaces. That's what people need.
Stupid.
Can we have whites only talking clubs?
That's
Nazi.
racist.
No, I won't be allowed.
Race? You're gonna get sued by white people. Racist.
Oh no, man.
It's white. It's racist.
Hey, I need to go upstairs real quick. I will be back.
No, you don't.
I just need to charge my
No,
phone.
you don't have to.
Take us with you.
Upstairs.
Take us with you.
I've actually been outside this entire time. It's great out.
I've been outside too while talking. I
I
probably
will go
will be.
outside, but I have to sit here and record you.
Yeah, slave. Get back to the cotton fields.
Get back. Go, boy. Go slave for me, boy.
Go sleep.
Go slave for me.
Boy. If you guys want me, alright, I'm gonna send you videos of me.
Videos of what?
Of me.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I'm gonna record myself doing a thing. Send videos will be done.
No.
Videos of you, please.
No videos of you, please God save us. The video's gonna be,
Just send it.
I don't even have the video, I have to record it. I have to record it. You guys are putting me in a awkward situation.
You don't need to record yourself, dude. I mean, like, this is gonna go public.
Honestly.
Wait, this is gonna go public?
Yes.
Yeah, dude, this is
Yes.
What did you think
Oh.
it was going?
I thought it was going private.
this is a podcast, dude.
Well, I am now an ANCAP, I guess.
Come for the fame.
If you do ever post a video, like the next podcast we do, I'll play it during that podcast, and I won't even tell
Better.
you I'm playing it.
It just better be a loop of whatever the video is.
Yes.
Whatever I send, it has to be. It has to be it.
Can you just have a background for the podcast? It just says abolish the state.
No, I know what picture it should be.
Or civilized as a Nazi.
Or
Don't know how to respond to that.
What?
what a surprise! It's a black man.
A few AM radio stations.
A few AM radio stations. Few.
We got national television in the evening and radio stations in the morning, dude.
What is that?
Anti-Soviet warrior.
Anti-Soviet warrior puts army on the road to peace.
Road
That's
to peace.
Osama. That's Osama.
That's
For those of you who are politically illiterate, as Osama bin Laden, and for those of you who are more politically illiterate than that, it's the guy who created 9/11.
You know,
Wait,
Osama
what?
bin Laden, he actually fought the Soviets.
Oh yeah, he was a hero in the 80s to me.
he was a hero. He was a hero. Or is
He was a
just-
hero.
You ever die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain?
It was such
Wow.
it was such a foreshadowing in that movie.
That's like Bill Nye as well. Gosh, that
Yeah.
quote is actually too true for real life.
That's why.
The
That's
heck?
quote.
Gender.
is on a spectrum.
Gender.
Gender is based
Oh,
on
and the
chromosomes.
video about all
go
the
like this.
ice.
There's two genders. There's two genders, guys.
No,
Shit.
there's 75.
There's two main genders
Gender.
plus the weird
I
biological
wanna try
ones
to
like
do this
intersex
on
and
my-
hermaphrodite.
Those are mutations.
No, there's
Gender.
only two.
Genders.
Gender, like
There's
sex,
only two.
is on a spectrum.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I also really like the video about all the ice cream. Because that's how you create a perfect society.
You create a perfect society by abolishing the state and living off of the
It's
NIP.
everyone.
Don't forget, you have to kill all the Frenchmen too.
You
True.
have to kill all the
That's
Muslims.
the first thing I would do if I were president.
Killing
First
Frenchmen is the only way to. It's the only exception to the NAP.
First thing I would do as president is resign to show my passion for abolishing the state.
Amen.
Gary Johnson would do that.
Gary Johnson
Wait.
is not an anarchist.
He's a libertarian Republican.
Gary Johnson's cool. I like him.
He's cool, but
He's
he's
more of a
not.
left libertarian.
I can.
Gary
I
Johnson isn't a libertarian.
There's a difference between libertarian and libertarian. Idiot.
I convinced my family to vote for Gary Johnson.
Did
There's,
they?
there's a difference between the Libertarian Party and an actual libertarian.
Yeah,
My
sure.
dad is like pretty much a hardcore Republican, and he just goes along with whatever the Republican Party says.
That's stupid.
I hate people that just go with whatever their party.
So I just have to
doctrine
argue with
is.
him all the time.
Oh, my dad's pretty. To be honest, I actually pretty. Which is
There were very few good Republican candidates this year.
well, for
Rand
one,
Paul.
Rand Paul's the only real good one.
Rand Paul is the only good one.
Rand Paul was who I wanted to win primaries because he was basically a libertarian.
I love how Ron Paul got more electoral votes than his son Rand Paul, and Rand Paul ran and Ron Paul did not.
Yeah.
Rand Paul and Ron Paul.
Ron Paul got one electoral vote.
Wait, what?
Yeah, someone was a faithless elector, and he voted for Ron Paul. Or it was actually, I forget. It was either the write-ins in his district that gave Ron Paul the victory.
You know, someone told me that more electoral voters, like that more of them defected, and I was like, oh yeah, I would expect that. But I finds out he was lying to me. It's true, but 5 of them defected from Hillary, and only 2 of them defected from Trump.
Good.
Yeah.
I hope no one votes for Hillary ever.
Why doesn't Hillary just die?
I know. Can Hillary die?
Can
You know,
lizard people die?
Wait, John Kasich got an electoral vote for the Electoral College?
It was a faithless elector.
Wait, you gotta add at the top winning 306 electoral votes and then saying you won by the biggest landslide in the last 20 years.
I mean, what do you expect
Donald
from
Trump.
running against Hillary?
A ham sandwich could have beaten Donald Trump, so Hillary Clinton is worse than a ham sandwich.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton is worse than a
I might have
Abolish
actually.
the
I might
state.
abolish the state. Yeah, there's no need for bad candidates if you abolish the state.
There's no need for candidates if you oppose the state. As I say with a Soviet flag as my...
SVP.
So I'm a Nazi, a Soviet profile picture, and I'm actually a libertarian.
Alright, we're
Okay.
about 3...
You're not a
minutes-
libertarian.
We're about 4 minutes out of an hour.
Oh.
Oh no, I think I have testicular and cancer.
Alright, I think that's enough.
I have brain cancer after listening to Civilized.
Alright, you wanna end it here, guys?
Sure.
Sure, why not?
No.
I got a closing comment.
Thank you for listening to this awful...
I got a closing comment.
What is it?
I gotta...
Abolish the state, and thank you guys for listening to me and 3 idiots.
I hate you all.
I'm slightly less of an idiot. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, you're slightly less than an idiot because we've corrupted you.
Hate you all.
In this podcast, just be corrupting, called Corrupting the Glorious Army.
Alright.
How about we just try to be a libertarian propaganda...
I'm the only